What if everything you've ever seen is only a fraction of what's actually there? What if the world is bursting with colors your eyes were never built to catch? Right now, you're looking at a sliver of reality. And there's a small creature on the ocean floor that sees so much more. Meet the mantis shrimp. It's barely the length of your hand, armored in colors that look painted on by a dream. But the real marvel isn't its body. It's hiding in those two strange eyes that swivel and watch like tiny periscopes. To understand why those eyes are extraordinary, we first have to understand how you see. Inside your eyes sit tiny cells called cones. You have three kinds, one for red, one for green, one for blue. From just those three, your brain mixes every color you've ever known. Every sunset, every painting, every face. 3 receptors give us roughly 1,000,000 shades. It feels like everything. It isn't. Now look back at the mantis shrimp. It doesn't have 3 color receptors. It has 16. 16, more than 5 times what we carry. Each eye is a cluster of thousands of tiny units, stacked like rows in a tiny living telescope. 12 of those receptors are dedicated purely to color. The other 4 reach in a world we can barely describe. Some of those receptors detect ultraviolet light, energy that pours from the sun but stays completely invisible to us. To you, a flat reef rock might look dull and gray. To the mantis shrimp, it could blaze with ultraviolet patterns we'll never witness. And it gets stranger. The mantis shrimp can also see something called polarized light. Light doesn't just have color. It also vibrates in certain directions. We're blind to that. The mantis shrimp isn't. It can even detect circular polarization, light that spirals like a corkscrew. No other animal we know of sees it quite this way. Imagine a secret layer painted over the whole ocean. A hidden channel of communication, glowing in patterns meant only for those who can read them. Scientists think mantis shrimp use this private light to send messages. Signals flashing on their bodies that predators simply cannot see. So what colors can it see that we can't? Honestly, colors that don't even have names. Shades beyond our rainbow, in a spectrum our brains can't render. But here's the twist that surprised even the researchers. More receptors doesn't mean sharper color vision. When tested, the mantis shrimp struggled to tell apart colors that we separate easily. So why have 16 receptors at all? The answer may be speed. Instead of carefully mixing colors like our brains do, the mantis shrimp may read them instantly. Each receptor is tuned to its own narrow band, like a row of detectors that recognizes a color in a flash. No calculation required. For a hunter that strikes in milliseconds, that speed could mean the difference between a meal and going hungry. Because the mantis shrimp is also a predator of legend. Its strike is one of the fastest movements in the entire animal kingdom. It punches with the speed of a bullet, hard enough to crack glass and shatter shells. Eyes like that pair perfectly with a weapon like that. Step back and think about what this really means. Reality isn't one fixed picture. It's filtered through whatever eyes happen to be looking. A bee sees ultraviolet flowers. A snake senses heat. A bird tracks magnetic fields. Each lives in its own version of the world. And you, with your 3 little cones, are living in yours. Beautiful, complete feeling, and quietly, profoundly limited. There's a whole universe of color around you at this very moment. Light you will never see, signals you'll never read. The mantis shrimp doesn't know how rare its vision is. It just swims through a world far richer than the one we call real. So the next time you think you're seeing everything, remember the little shrimp on the ocean floor, watching colors you'll never know. If wonders like this keep you curious, subscribe, and let's keep exploring the hidden world together.